Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once you have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Alright, today's video, we would like to update you as we have previously advised that the era of employment sponsorship is coming. Now we have seen the bills of, well, bill means the legislation, the law for the skills in demand visa is coming through. So today we'll like to take a little glimpse of the actual so-called bill. It's not an act yet. However, it's due to be passed very soon. Why? Because we know that under the Parliament of Australia, this bill here for 2024 for strengthening sponsorship and nomination process. Now, I need to mention it's only under nominations policy currently, regulation currently. Okay, that means it's only regulating the sponsor, the employers at this point in time. We haven't seen the actual legislation bill for the actual visa application yet, so we don't know will there be any additional criteria. For example, the requirement for the work experiences and so on and so forth. So we only see the employer side today, but we're giving an update. So as you can see, it's a bill, it's not an act yet, but it's already on the second reading debate. So that was on the 13th of August. So very soon it shall be passed. Usually once we hit second reading, then the last one will be the third reading. Generally will not have much of a debate or discussion as much as just reading through it and everybody will agree to it. So it will be very soon to be passed, and then we will then see the actual legislation for the applicants. So that's for most of the skilled migrants there. All right, let's go into the detail there, and I will obviously we have done a specific video previously, but I'd like to just give you a little review and remind everybody what's coming up. The last video probably will be a month ago. If you wanted to go back to that one, it will be almost a duplication, but today I would like to review them again. So the August 9th, that's the bill. Although it's already almost a month, but it was when they had presented the actual bill, and then once it passed becomes an act, and then becomes an act, then the law will be enforced. So I assume the set date should be around October. Not too sure during October would the new national innovation visa be out as well. Don't know, but we'll see. We'll keep everybody updated. Okay, so the key points here is the skills in demand visa will be out. So I think the short term they will call it SID visa, probably the SID visa. That will replace the current employment sponsor. That's a temporary skill shortage visa, TSS, and that's subclass 482. So in general practice, you will not see 482 anymore. They will also replace it with another 4-digit number, likely to start with 4 as well. Whether it's gonna be I don't know, 441 or 4 something like that, you know. Anyway, it was 457 and then 482, so they'll pick another 3 digits and then to replace the current 482 visa. That's the temporary skill show, as you can see there. Now by replacing it, that means there will be no longer separation of the short term and the medium long term. There will only be one skill occupation list that's going to be covered on the core skill stream, and I believe that most of the information there will be the same. So requirement for the applicant will be having the right qualification and work experiences, and I think they should drop, the new piece of legislation will drop the requirement of a 2-year full-time down to 1 year, which is good because that make the standard for a lot of people coming to Australia to study, for example, cookery. They only got 18 months of the temporary graduate visa, so they will definitely be able to accrue that 1 year work experience in order to transfer into the new SID visa, SID, skills in demand visa. Now again, the salary threshold will be set at 73,150, and they will have annually increments and more every year. So last year was 70,000. And then there was also set another new so-called skills, a specialist skill stream for highly skilled worker earning over with annual salary over 135,000. Now we have briefly covered that. Now the beauty of that visa there is that it will not require any skill occupation list. You don't need to nominate any occupation. However, the occupation cannot be anything under the bachelor degree. So that means all the trades, okay, diploma in laboring work or occupation would not meet the requirement and criteria for the specialist pathway. So generally it will all be the professionals and the managerial roles, and that pays over 135,000 per annum, and that would be good for a lot of the high-tech industry, and also for a lot of skilled migrants who has cross sectors or cross industrial experiences. For instance, there's a lot of highly paid skills around the world, talents. They have been in different industry for the past 10 years. Now, under the traditional skills visa or the employment sponsor visa, they are required to stick with one occupation and with that occupation's work experience in order to actually be sponsored. But in this way, it's more flexible, and it could actually attract a lot more talents into Australia. It also supplementing the current global talent visa. The current global talent, although the annual salary rate is above 175,000, but a lot of people with a younger age, they may meet this requirement as long as they can find a Australian employer to sponsor them, to employ them, then they will be under this way. Now, I believe all these streams will have pathway to permanent residency after 2 years of work experiences under the sponsorship. Now, the last stream will be the essential stream, so essential skills. Now, essential skill will basically replace the current labor agreement and Dharma and so on and so forth. Whether or not they're gonna simplify it, we haven't seen any policies or any talks on that. The current Dharma and labor agreement it's quite complex, and it involves additional parties. For example, the regional or state government, and also involve so-called regional certifying body and things like that. It's actually getting more complex. However, how they're gonna simplify it, I don't know, because normally the essential skills, the labor agreement usually deals with a designated or so-called regional area. So if Australia wanted to grow those regional area, they provide flexibility and waiver or exemptions on the criteria. However, because of these additional exemptions and criteria, it actually makes the actual visa more complex. How they're gonna simplify it, we haven't seen that side yet, because today we are only looking at the nomination side of it. So it's only covering the general structure there. So 3 main streams. So nothing to do with the Hong Kong passport holder or BNO passport holders. The skill occupation list is required to be birthed out of the so-called core skill occupation list from the skills in the skill Australia. And the sponsorship, it stays the same. It's not much of differences. And then the only introduction to be there will be the specialist pathway. Now, they have also increased for the labor market test now from the advertising posting from at least 4 weeks to 4 months. Now I think they're gonna move into a 6 month or somewhat. So not much of differences. I mean 4 months, I think it's enough. Whether bump it up to 6 months, I don't think there's much of differences making there anyhow. So the main thing will be the topic that we have just covered just now. So the first page is the most important part because it basically tells us the 3 streams. So the specialist pathway, the core skill pathway, and also the essential skill pathway under the new skills in demand visa, expected to be out perhaps in October if there's everything goes smoothly, because we already on the 2nd reading. So once the 3rd reading's gone through, that will become an act, and then the application will come afterwards. Anyhow, should you have more question query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.